What's up, everybody? I've created a couple of Excel sheets here to help you guys fill out them base dome tables. When you guys go ahead and switch to CO2 boost control, I think having that base dome table formulated is extremely important. I've read through Holley's boost control article, and that's a great article. I recommend you guys reading it for sure. But this is kind of where I came up with this idea, and I really thought that there would be a way in Excel to help formulate those tables, and then you can use the data that you have to make changes for future. If you want to increase or decrease boost levels. So I'm not gonna talk too long here. I'm gonna jump right into it. I'd love to hear what you guys think when you're done. Yeah, so let's jump into the Excel sheet here, and I'll show you guys what it looks like. Hey guys, so here's what the table is going to look like when you open it up. You're going to want to come all the way down here to the very end and go to the boost versus dome table, and copy and paste your RPM range over from your base dome table in Holley. Just copy it, come over here, and paste it. Once you have that done, do the same thing for your boost. Copy, come on over here and paste it in, or you can type it in, whatever is easier for you guys. The only really pain in the butt thing here is we have a different tab for each RPM range. You're going to want to go ahead and type in and match your tabs to whatever your RPM range is. That way it's just easier to navigate throughout. And then you're ready to start inputting information. Once you have that put in, that's going to update the rest of the tables with the correct values that you need to populate this table when we're done here. So if you look down here at the beginning, I have an example sheet. You guys can't edit this. This is just for a visual reference. The only two spots we're going to need to input information is going to be your dome pressure and your boost pressure. That's it. The rest of this is informational and to have to do with the correct formulas and stuff over here. As you can see, this is going to plot, on a curve. You can see each one of these X's is a point, and that's going to plot that curve, and that's going to give you all the values either above, below, or in the middle of these points that you guys are trying to get. So say, we got a 5-pound spring in there. We're making roughly 5 pounds of boost. I know that's not how it always works, but let's just say that's how it worked. We're not worried about that information. We're going to go ahead and start right where we start adding some dome pressure. So let's jump over to our next tab here. Let's say we made a run at, let's call it 2.5 pounds of dome. So we'd put in 2.5 pounds of dome, and that gave us, let's say 8 pounds of boost. And then we're going to want to go ahead and go through each RPM range and enter that information. 2.5 gave us 8. 2.5, maybe at this RPM range it gave us 9. And stayed that way throughout. So I'll just go ahead and copy this over to the rest of the tables here. And I have a more basic sheet here that is a little bit easier to fill out, but it's going to track a linear progression. I'll kind of get back to that in just a second here and show you guys what I'm talking about once I get this finished up here. Now one line will, as you can see, I'm just entering one line of information. This will give you a full table, as you can see right here. But it's not going to be very accurate with one line. We're going to need at least 3 lines. So let's go here and let's say we went to 5 pounds of dome pressure, and that gave us, we'll call it 10 pounds of boost. And then, we'll enter that information all the way through our RPM ranges, And then our next run was at, let's call it, 7.5 pounds of dome, and that gave us 15 pounds of boost. You guys can kind of see how this table, it will update accordingly. So then we went to 13 pounds of boost and gave us 13 pounds of dome, gave us 25 pounds of boost. Actually, let's change that. Let's go 20. There we go. Now you guys can see how we have our different points here through the table, and that's going to kind of track this mid-range, and there's going to be lots of outlying factors that are going to throw these off a little bit, and this is going to give you a pretty darn close representation of what your base dome table should really look like. So if we go ahead and we'll just go ahead and copy and paste these values over to the rest of the RPM ranges, because you guys would be filling this out as you go. It'd basically be one line at a time for each tab. And say, I'd say 3 runs to be on the safe side before I'd copy and paste my table over. And you guys can continue to add information to this as you go. And it's only going to, the more lines of data you input here, the more accurate it's going to be. Go ahead and finish this up here. Almost done, guys. Bear with me. Wish there was a better way to do this, but well, there probably is a better way to do this, but probably got 20 hours into building these sheets, so that's where we're. So here we are. We've input 4 lines of data. Obviously, your boost is probably going to change a little bit through your RPM ranges, and you're going to want to, make sure that that's the right boost numbers you put in here. You don't want to just copy and paste your first line over like I did here. This is just for an example. Then if you come over here, you can see you got a fully filled out base dome table. And then you can just copy and paste this whole table right back into your Holley EFI base dome table. As you can see, there's nothing filled in here, guys. This isn't going to be, you're not going to be able to really represent this on a graph. You're probably going to be zeros all the way down in here. And then, maybe you want to just, copy and paste this stuff over to these lines here. Oh, I'm going to have to do paste. Let me undo that. If you do want to copy and paste, guys, you have to go paste special, values only. Paste special, values only. Now this is going to give you guys a pretty accurate base dome table. And then if at any point you want to change the amount of boost you're running, you can just update this table over here. So say we want to jump up to 25 pounds of boost. We'll just type in 25 here, and you can see how that updates. Then we'll update our whole table. We'll go 25, 23, 21, 19, 17, 15, 13, yeah, maybe we go 11, 9, and there you go. You got a full new table. And then obviously you guys can come in here and you can update these, if they're off a little bit. But this is going to get you pretty close. Like I said, I have another table. Let's get a little better example here. So I have another table, and that's going to plot a linear line. This one is on a curve. It's almost like a moving average. A linear line, is going to start right here, and it's going to run exactly straight through. And usually what you're going to end up is over here at your higher boost levels, you're going to end up with your dome points down here. And that's not going to be super accurate. But if you guys want to use that table, it is a little simpler to use, and it's going to get you in the general ballpark to get that table filled in and get moving along. But I do believe this is going to be the better sheet to use in the long run. It's a little more work, but it works great. It's about all there is to it, guys. It's really a pretty simple to use. you know, I'd appreciate some feedback here, guys. I'd like to hear what you guys think, and if you guys could do me a favor, show me a little support. I probably got probably at least 20 plus hours into formulating these two tables, and uh, and I think they're gonna work great. So if you guys could like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it, and I hope you guys enjoy this. Thanks.